Hi, welcome to this episode of Cook and Chat with the Bellas. I am your host, Funke Bella, aka Mrs Fabulous, aka Fabulous Funky, the one and only wife of MC Tunde Bella. Welcome to this kitchen. If this is your first time here, welcome! And if you're a returning subscriber and you're back for more, thank you. Thank you so much. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. We upload a cooking video every Friday, especially for you. So please consider subscribing to our channel. So ladies and gentlemen, on this episode of Cook and Chat with the Bellas, as you can see, I'm in another kitchen and I have got a fantastic guest in this kitchen. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot wait for this special guest because number one, her recipe tonight is going to be awesome and we're going to be talking about something you really want to hear. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, grandpas and grandmas, everybody, neighbors, jam your hands together as I welcome into her kitchen, Mrs Folashade Salami. Thank you so much for having us in your kitchen today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So for the benefit of those that are meeting you for the very first time, can you please introduce yourself to our beautiful audience?
Yeah, my name is Folashade Salami. I'm married with 2 kids, and what can I say about myself? I'm very passionate about marriage. That's one thing about me. Very, very passionate about marriage.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you for having us in your kitchen tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in her kitchen right here in a different city, and she's about to show us a very special recipe. You know, before we started the show, she was trying to tell me hints and tips about this dish. I'm like, please don't tell only me. We brought these people here so they can all learn. So she's prepared to tell us all this simple, quick, and easy recipe that you and your family will love. I promise you, you would love it.
Yeah.
So, Mrs. Salami, can you please tell our beautiful audience, what would you be making for us in your kitchen tonight?
Yeah, tonight I'll be making, it's an African dish, really. Some people call it yam porridge, some people call it porridge, but I'll be referring to it as porridge this evening. And I'll be using yam. You can see this is yam. And this is red pepper. So I'll be blending the pepper to make the porridge. I've got onions. The secret of my porridge is I use a lot of onions.
Wow, okay.
Lots of onions. Because using onions will make it draw and it give it a very unique taste. At the end of it, you're going to be seeing that.
I will see it at the end of it.
Yeah, definitely. You will see it. You will see it and you will taste it.
And I will taste it.
So the secret is I use many onions. Okay. And the way I make my porridge is that I don't use much water. I use little water, but I will blend all the ingredients together at the initial stage and I'll put everything together and it will cook together.
Wow.
And by the time it's done, when you taste my porridge, you always have some more. So that's for the porridge, and I'm just going to make a little sauce on top of the porridge when it's done. So I'm going to be stir-frying some pepper, green, yellow, and red pepper. I'm going to using this lamb chop or grill it in the air fryer and mix it together to make sauce for the porridge.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you cannot wait to see how she's going to prepare this meal. Even I can't wait. So we're going to go straight in and we're going to start making this porridge. So please, can you tell us, what do we need to do first in preparing this porridge?
The first thing is to cut the yam and peel it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the first stage of the yam porridge this evening. So we are going to be peeling and cutting the yam. So
ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We're going to start prepping the yam and the peppers and everything else. So stay tuned. Don't move from that seat. We'll be right back.
So as you can see, I've cut the yam into a cube shape. You can see. So they are all cut.
And this is important to help the yam cook
properly. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's up to people now, but myself, I love to use the cube shape. So this is the shape I'm using. So that one is cut and it's done. This is the pepper. I've blended it. Like I said, the secret to my home porridge is like I use a lot of onions. In this now, I've got 4 big onions in it. 4 big onions.
That's a lot of onions.
With 2 big red pepper and the red bonnets together. But the secret is that I use a lot of onions in this. So I'm just going to be pouring it inside the yam.
Okay.
You see? That's it.
Oh.
So that is what I'm going to be using to cook it. Some people use water, but I don't use water. I use this pepper to cook it from the initial state. It will cook together. And when the yam is cooked, you will be able to feel the taste of the ingredient rather than just the yam alone. So this one we cook it. So I'm just going to put just a
tiny
bit of
water
just to give it a bit of moisture. And that's it. I've added water. I'm going to be putting the Maggi. I put all my ingredients right from the beginning, so everything is going to be cooking together. Look, can you help me with this? I'm going to be adding salt to it. So I will add 2 spoons for now, and when it's cooking, I will test it to see if I would need a bit more. That's just it. And some people use red palm oil, but I tend to use vegetable oil for my porridge. So, but I'll be using vegetable oil for today. So sometimes, the yam porridge, it will cook together. Sometimes I add a bit of sugar, just small, just to give it a bit of a different taste a bit. You see, I'm just adding just teaspoon of sugar in it. That's it. And I'm going to cover it and everything will cook together. You can remember that I only added just a bit of water. It's my ingredient that will cook the yam.
Wow.
So I've covered it now. Everything will cook together and we'll see the end product.
I can't wait. I really cannot wait for this end product. It's looking like a delicious dish already. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Good. So before we carry on, why did you choose to cook this yam porridge for us on the show tonight, please? Tell us, is there a backstory to this dish? Because it's looking and sounding like a delicious dish, which I know you would love. But tell us, why did you choose this one?
Let me just say it as it is. While growing up, I don't like porridge at all. I don't like yam porridge. But I was privileged to meet a sister. She was a friend of mine then, and she showed me this way of making the yam porridge. And when I tasted it, I loved it.
Wow.
I loved it because I hated yam porridge so much that even when my mom cooked it when I was young, I was like, I'll be crying. I don't want to eat it. But that day when she made it and she showed me the style of making it, adding the ingredient from the beginning, I fell in love with it. And since that day, that's how I've been making it. And I really love the aftertaste. And since then, I fell in love with it. And also because it's a Nigerian dish, which is very popular, most especially in this Western world. When you are privileged to eat yam porridge like this, you feel very honored because it's not easy to make. It's not like rice that you can easily cook. You have to be ready to, to do the preparation. So I just loved it. So that's why
I'm already loving it too. So ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned. We will show you the entire process of this yam porridge as Mrs Folashade Salami shows us in her kitchen. So Mrs. Salami, thank you again for having us in your kitchen tonight. While our yam porridge is cooking away, we just wanted to have a little chat, because if you don't already follow her on Instagram and on Facebook, this is your moment. I'll put her link in the description box and I'll put the name as we're speaking. But tell us, first of all, we're going to talk about a couple of things on the show tonight, but the first thing I'd like you to talk about is glorious vessels. Tell us a little bit about glorious vessels for the benefit of those that have never come across anything from glorious vessels. Please give us a backstory, give us a background. Tell us a little bit about glorious vessels.
Yeah, Glorious Vessel is a ministry, and it's a marriage ministry founded in 2020. The aim of the ministry is just to build marriage and strengthen marriage in a godly way. You can agree with me, in this time and age where broken homes is very common. So it's like something that I grew, where I was younger. It's something that, has been in my mind, when I was young, all those story books that we read, happily ever after. And, when I see people that are happily married, I'm always very happy. And I just put myself in their position and say, okay, this is what I would like to be. And this is how I want my marriage to look like. And ever since then, and I've been working, I've been praying towards such things. I can remember when during my institution days, then girls, ladies together in their rooms. I have a friend then. And sometimes you do prayers, you do fasting, and we write our prayer requests on paper. My first prayer request would be to be happily married and have the best marriage on earth. My friends were they're laughing at me, Shade, you have not even finished school, you're praying about marriage. But now when I sit back and remember that the prayer that I prayed for, that is what I'm enjoying now. I so much love healthy and godly marriage because when you look at our life as women, as individuals, let's say for instance, you get married at 23, 24. So now look at the latter part of your life. You're going to spend the most of your lifetime in marriage. So a place where you're going to spend the entire part of your life. Why can't you give it all it will take?
I know, exactly.
Put effort into it. So that is something that has been I would say is my passion, is my calling. I asked God about it and I got the confirmation from God to form this ministry. So basically, Glorious Vessel is a ministry focused on marriage and also to advise the singles, the yet to marry, to give them the right support, advice, so that they can make the right decision for their future. Because marriage is very sensitive. And once you miss it in the area of marriage, believe you me, it takes a lot from you. It takes a lot from you. And when you are happily married, it's evident. You can feel it, you can see it, you can't hide it. You can't hide the happiness. So that is what we are encouraging people in order to have godly and healthy marriage. Because marriage is beautiful. Marriage is beautiful, I can tell that. Wow. It's beautiful. And even if you are experiencing the other side of marriage, maybe there is storms, there are issues in your marriage, your marriage can still be beautiful. It can still be beautiful because marriage is never done. I want you to speak to God about your marriage. And the most important thing for you to have a good marriage is intentionality. Intentionality. And what leads to a godly and healthy marriage is from the beginning, the type of person you get married to. And those are the things we are trying to portray out there on our social media, telling people how to marry right, choosing the right person, being focused, don't be carried away, don't be pressurized because of your age. This time and age, they will be telling you, oh, you're 30-something, you're not. It's better for you to be single and be happy.
Exactly.
Rather than going into marriage and be miserable.
I know,
it's just like a life imprisonment. So
is.
Glorious Vessel is just out there to encourage, to strengthen, to build our marriage so that our marriage can be beautiful.
Wow.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is what Glorious Vessels is all about. I follow them already on Instagram and Facebook, and I can assure you they would post a 1-minute clip, just something to remind you of how you can make your marriage better. If you're not yet married, things you have to look out for, just hints and tips, advice, guidance, things just to encourage you in this marriage journey. Because as she said earlier, if you miss it in marriage, so many other things in your life can be missed. But if marriage has already gone a little bit wonky, it can be repaired. You're better off being single and being happy than being in a rubbish marriage. So this is one of the things that Glorious Vessel Ministry, this is the things that they encourage us to build our marriage, be intentional in your marriage, work on it. Even if it's failing, there are still ways of resolving it. And if prayer and resolution doesn't help, you're better off, just don't be unhappy, stuck in a marriage, but work on it, and the Lord will
work on it and try as much as possible to seek help. Seek help if you need it, because you see most marriages, most people dying these days because people feel it's shameful to ask for help. No. If you need help, seek help early. And most people, they wait a long time before they seek help, and a lot of things will have been, So it's better when you need help, seek help.
There are professionals out there that they trained. They won't be biased like your family or your pastor. It's okay to visit your pastor. It's okay to visit your parents or your family members. But sometimes you need a neutral hand, somebody that won't be judgmental, somebody that will see it from a different perspective. So if you need help to speak to somebody to resolve any issue in your marriage or in your relationship, speak to somebody. And that's what people like you are there for as well, isn't it? Speak to somebody before it gets to the point of no repair.
Yes,
Seek
definitely.
help.
Definitely.
Wow. Thank you so much, Glorious Vessel. So if you don't already follow her on Instagram and on Facebook, please follow her right now and just see the hints and the tips that she shares. You know, just in passing as you're scrolling through Instagram, you see some inspirational marriage-based quotes like that. Sometimes that's all you need, and that'll be the end of your Instagram journey on that day. So the link will be in the description box. Also, it'll be down here for you to follow her now. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, so while we are waiting for the yam porridge, it's cooking now. I'm going to be starting on the sauce. So I've got lamb chop here. I've marinated it. I put some salt, some Maggi, ginger, garlic is already marinated. So I'll be putting it in the air fryer for like 8-10 minutes so that it can be cooked very well. Then I'll later add it to the stir-fried pepper.
Okay, so we'll leave that in the air fryer for about 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we'll keep an eye on our yam on the cooker.
Watch out for it. Wow.
Whoa. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes that our yam has been cooking. And take a look at the outcome.
Look at it.
Wow.
I wish the audience can perceive the hold up. You can perceive the hold up. Onions coming out because the secret to it is the onion.
It's the onions,
Look at it.
Wow.
So you can see that it's really a bit soft now. So what I'm going to be doing now, because there's still some cubes of yam there, so I'm going to be breaking them.
Mash,
Matching them so that it can be a bit smatchy.
Wow. It's so simple though, because you just added it all.
Everything together.
And 20 minutes later is ready
and
to mash.
Together. So just making it to look really matchy. I won't want to mash everything because some people prefer to have something, a bit of yam in it as well, and as well as the matchy part of it. And I said earlier on, because of the onions that I put inside, that will give you can see that it's a bit dry.
Oh yeah, see what you were talking about now.
Yes, that's the onion. That's the secret of the onion.
Oh wow.
So I'm gonna reduce the heat a bit because it's already done. If it's only yam that I'm going to cook like this, I can heat it like this. But because it's porridge, I will want to make it a bit matchy. You can see what I'm saying about
the drawing.
Yeah, it's drawing. And that's the onion.
I didn't realize that it's the onions that gives it that.
Yeah, it's the onion that gives
dry, it sticky feel. Oh wow.
And that is what is real called porridge.
Wow.
So, you see?
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're wondering, it's looking so. Don't worry, me, I will show you. I will taste it and I'll tell you exactly how it tastes.
And don't forget, where I started preparing this, I just added a tiny bit of water.
Yeah.
But some people will fill the pot with water and then add their pepper and ingredient. I don't do that. The ingredient cooks the yam. That's the secret. And if you can do that, you won't miss out on the dry. You can see that, you see?
Yeah. Wow.
You can see it?
Very little effort, and look at the brilliant result.
Yeah. The porridge is done.
The porridge is done, wow.
Yeah. That's it.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, so far so good. Our porridge is ready, but before we show you the remaining part of our dish, we just wanted to quickly talk about event touch decorations. This Mrs Folashade Salami right here is a multi-talented woman. Apart from the fact that she's a wife, a mom of grown-up children, she's a businesswoman, and she also specializes in marriages. Okay, when she's done doing all that, imagine she still has extra time. She does decoration as a business. Mrs. Salami, can you please tell our beautiful audience about event touch decorations?
Yeah. Like I said earlier on, Folashade Salami, I'm into marriage. I love marriage.
Yep.
And I also work as an housing professional. I'm an housing officer by profession, and I also have my side business. I'm the CEO of Event Touch Decoration, a business that is into events and interior decorating. What we do in the event touch decoration is we give a touch of class to all sorts of events, be it intimates, birthdays, weddings, name it, any type of events. And we also do DIY. There's some people that we want to do their decoration themselves. You can hire any of your package from us. All you do is just to pay for it, use it, and return it back in good condition. And we can also come to your venues, your hall, we decorate, we transform it, and give it a touch of class.
Wow.
That's what we do. Any sort of event. Any event.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from her. Event touch decoration. If you want the touch of class, you don't want it to look ordinary and everyday and just like everyone else's event, just contact them. I would also leave a link in the description box of Event Touch Decoration to their Instagram and all their social media handles. So if you want to DIY or if you want them to come and set up your venue for your event, or even if you're doing it at home and you want her to come and decorate the room for your event, they're your go-to people. They're your go-to company for decorating your event. So contact them today for your next event. If you want the touch of class.
Touch of class. Wow factor experience.
Wow factor experience. Event touch decoration, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we'll leave that to the side because ladies and gentlemen, you already know where I'm going because I can't wait to eat this food. But there's one more step.
Yes, you know, the porridge, normally when you are heating porridge, when you want to heat porridge, some people like to have like a sauce on top of it. So I'm just going to be doing a bit of sauce to put on top of the porridge. So wash out, and I'll be doing that now. Yeah, like I said earlier on, the yam porridge is ready. You can see it, all done. So now I'm going to be preparing the sauce. And for this yam porridge, I'm just going to do a stir fry of mixed pepper. So I'm going to be putting a bit of oil in the pan. So I'll leave it for it to heat up a bit. Then I'll add you can see I've thin slices, different colors of pepper. Yeah, as you can see, that's the pepper.
The peppers, yeah.
I'm stir frying it, you know. I just had tiny bit of oil. And this is the onions. I've sliced it. So I'm gonna add it together. I'll add a bit of salt. Funke, please, can you help me peel the Maggi?
Okay.
So what I like about this is just the look, the freshness, and the crunchy bit of the pepper. So I'm gonna add a bit of, this is garlic. Thank you. Just to give it a bit of the tasty. This is Maggi. Just gonna leave it on for it to be a bit, soft a bit. Then I put some you see, the lamb chop. I grilled it in the air fryer so that from raw, so it's now done. Then I add it to the stir fry I'm making so that they can cook together. I just love the crunchiness and the natural look of the green pepper beside my food. So that's why I just decided for this type of sauce. Some people can do it in a different way. Some people can make vegetable, some people can make stew, different thing. You can heat it with anything. So I just decided to make this like a stir fry to have with my yam porridge. So I'm going to reduce the heat a bit so that it gets softened. Then it's done.
Oh wow.
So it depends on how you want it. Some people want it really crunchy. Some people want it to be really soft. So it depends on you, really. So for me, I like it crunchy. I've added salt, I've added Maggi, and That's it.
Oh wow.
So just need to for it to steam a bit. Then you serve the porridge and you see the end product.
Wow. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed all that. Our porridge is now ready. Our stir fry is now ready. If you notice from this dish, we used yam, we used fresh vegetables, we used a lot of onions, and we used lamb chop. So all these are healthy. This is how we're supposed to be eating. This is more than fit fam. This is healthy living. So Mrs. Salami is also encouraging us to eat clean, eat healthy. You can eat your Nigerian dishes, but eat them in this healthy form, isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
and one tip, you know, self-love. If you are healthy, you'll be able to handle your marriage very well.
That's it. That's absolutely. If you're healthy, you can be happier in your marriage and you can control things that are happening in your marriage better. So apart from eating properly, you need to eat well so you can look after your home as well properly and feed your family good food.
Yeah.
It's important. So thank you so much, Mrs. Salami. Thank you for showing us this delicious, healthy, quick, delicious recipes. Thank you so much. So we'll put it in a plate now and we'll show you what it looks like. So ladies and gentlemen, we've now come to the end of today's video. Mrs. Salami, thank you so much for being our special guest. She has showed us how to make asaro with stir-fry vegetables and lamb chop. Ladies and gentlemen, that was so quick, it was so simple, and it was so easy. And I can't wait to tell you how delicious it is. So wait for me, give me a second. But before we let you go, Mrs. Salami, on behalf of the Bellas, we have a special, small gift for you.
Oh, thank you.
Just to say thank you so much for being our special guest on Cook and Chat to the Bellas. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for the advice on marriage and for the tips on how to make our event look top class.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So this is the end. We've come to the end of our Cook and Chat to the Bellas today. And we're about to eat our food. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I'm such a foodie, and the process of cooking this food was making me even more hungry. My mouth is watching. You can nearly see the saliva outside. So we're going to eat now.
That's the end product.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks so good, and I can assure you it tastes so good. But give me a second. You know, YouTube has not created taste-o-vision or smell-o-vision, but me, I will be your taste. And I'll tell you. Look how is the onion that is making it.
Yeah, it's the onion. Yeah.
No. In the house, Asaro would take like this. My God. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye. Sorry.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.